Hi guys, Carl here from Fast Bikes Magazine and welcome to part 2 of our project Superstock Jigsaw. Now, last time you saw the bike, it still didn't have its fairings on, but it was pretty much getting ready to go. We had the engine done, all the electronics and all the hidden bits were getting sorted out, we had the brakes pretty much done. The only thing that was left really was the suspension, get the bike testing and get it all coloured up and ready to go racing. So just before you watch any of these clips, I've just got to say that the Bike World crew couldn't actually make it out with us. So it's probably going to look dodgy, it's probably going to look homemade, because it is, because I did it, me and my dad sorted it out and I'm a mechanic, so please don't hate it too much. The traditional way of building a race bike is you get the whole bike ready to go before you go testing, but we had a few little logistical errors which meant, as always, things just didn't go to plan. This meant that our first outing on the bike was with standard suspension on, standard steering damper, the standard shower, big piston forks and the standard shock. The point of going testing really is to, well, test. But it's not just about that, it's about getting used to the bike, getting used to characteristics, running the bike in and getting a good feel. So with that in mind, we chose to do a 3-day event. We went with pace days because you get 7 half-hour sessions and they're not too busy. We went out with the aim of first day running the bike in, give it a nice gentle build up just to make sure everything's working right. Now the engine's going to take a bit of a battering over the future. And of course, it's my own bike, it's my pride and joy, it's my love, don't tell the missus, but I want to look after it. I want it to be the very best for me. And plus, I can't afford to pay for an engine rebuild. No one's got time for that. So day one, we started off really nice and easy. We started off carrying the bike 8,000 revs. I was trying to use as many gears as possible, just throwing it up and down the box, really getting everything working, all the oils moving around, all the components working. Just kept on going until we had just over 100 miles in the bank, which meant for day 2, we could start to open up taps a little bit. Now, it's my first time properly giving 1,000 a bit of a stonking on track and going more for a lap time rather than for a feel of a bike or reviewing. So it was nice just to bite the screen and get my head down a little bit. Such a different bike to ride. It's such a fine art to riding it, of parking it in a corner and firing it out. It wasn't until I had the help of the Tyco BMW boys of Michael Abbott and Christian Idden, who fed me full of wise words and advice on how to ride the thing, and that really, really helped me out. Like, no matter what level you're at, you're never ever going to stop learning. So George, tell us a little about what we're doing.
Because of your really short legs, you end up storing back on the seat on the straight, so a bit of a booster seat, if you would.
So we've finally done the 100 miles. We've got it up to full revs and she's a bit of an animal. So as we're sliding backwards, what we're going to do is put a booster seat on it. And we've got rubber, duct tape and a jaws, so we're going to be all good. So as you lot know, time ticks down to race season quicker than you could ever imagine. And this meant that the next order of the day was actually getting the suspension done. Where we went down to K-Tech, we managed to install fork internals, a shock and a brand spanking new steering damper. So I don't know if you guys have ever had your suspension done before, but it's something that you really shouldn't touch. Like, I'm a bit crap on the tools anyway. I would never go anywhere near touching this stuff. So with the fork internals, what you actually have to do is you need to take the forks completely out, lob all the internals away and then stick brand new ones in it. So on these ones, on the shower big piston forks, even though the big piston remains and the gas cartridge is still there, it's not even used. These are brand new K-Tech fork internals. We've opted for 9.5 springs to start off with, which is pretty much a base setting to start with. It's quite soft, but then I'm only small. And then the best way to do this is to have a 10 spring and a 9 spring. Then what you can do is, if you want to go a bit harder, you can run a 9.5 in one side and a 10 in the other, and it goes 9.75. And if you want to go even harder, you can put 2 10s in, rather than, if you want to go softer, you can go and put a 9 spring in one and a 9.5 in the other one, and then you get a 9.25 halfway. So it's a good place to start. For the shock, we've got a K-Tech DDS shock in here. A lot of the superbike teams, you'll see, they actually run wet and dry shocks. And you can do that, to be honest. You can keep your standard shock, because it's a whole new shock goes in, it's a whole new system. You can keep your standard one, set that up for wet, or with the K-Tech, they've got this really handy top-out valve. So all you do is twist it with a little Allen key all the way out when it's wet, and it bypasses all the settings and softens it up. So I'm really excited to get to, well, excited would be the wrong word for the wet, but I'm really excited to try it out and give it a go. Now, the race season's getting dangerously close. I've actually got my first meeting next week with No Limits at Snetterton. It's starting to get a bit serious, but before anything could be done, the most important job has to happen, and that is making it look beautiful. So we brought it down to Bostock here in Red Hill to make her look pretty. And here it is, the 2018 Steed. Now, Bostock have done my bikes for the past 4 or 5 years, and every single one has got to be bright. It's got to be bold, and you've got to be able to see it. If you've got 30 or 40 bikes on the grid and you've got the same as everyone else, no one's going to know what you look like. Where I've been racing in Ducatis, everyone's on the same bike, so it's even more important. Now, I've always ridden with a blue and a red and a bit of yellow, which hasn't gone on yet, but this year we've started to mix things up a bit. So I literally told them to go crazy. We've ended up with a bit of chrome. It looks absolutely awesome. It looks so good in the flesh. I hope it looks as good on camera as it does. There's a few little bits we need to go on there. We need to keep the sponsors happy, so sponsors go on next. We need to put numbers on it, and then she'll literally be ready to rock and roll. Oh yeah. We've bought the bike, we've built the bike, and she's almost ready to race. Now it's time to get on that grid.